G'day folks, this afternoon I'm going yabbying in this dam behind me and I'm going to be using meat and string, the good old fashioned meat and string technique. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now this dam here is a dam that I've caught yabbies in the past, but not for a few years. The last time I came yabbying here I was with Holly and that was about 3 or 4 years ago and I think we caught 4 yabbies. They were nearly all gone. But they may have come back, and I'll never know whether they've come back unless I come out and try. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 3 or 4 hand lines along this bank, bits of fishing line with a bit of meat tied to the end, and I've got one open top lift net with me, which I will probably be putting up that end. Let's get set up. Right, now collapsible bait trap. It is baited with redfin, a couple of redfin heads, just some mediocre sized redfin that were just big enough to fill it. A couple of redfin heads and a redfin backbone or spine or whatever you want to call it. They can just go there. Right, now I've got my lines ready. You'll see the stick in the ground there. That's got about 3 metres of fishing line tied to the end of it. I've got one there, 2, 3, 4. They've all got line on them. I've just got to bait them up and throw them in. Now the reason that instead of tying them to the grass or to the tree or whatever, the reason I've tied them to the sticks is because if there's no yabbies here, well, I want to be able to pack up and go somewhere else. So if there's no yabbies here, I can just pull the stick out of the mud and head off somewhere else. And the water's a little bit clear, which can be pretty hard for this sort of yabbying. I'm wishing I'd bought my gum boots so that I could get out there a bit further when I go to net the yabbies. But anyway, we'll do the best we can with what we've got. And if I'm finding I'm missing too many because I can't get them in close enough to the bank because the water's a bit clear, I'll take my shoes and socks off and just get dirty. Now here's me bait. It's a small bit of rump steak. I actually ate the rest of the steak, but I cut this fatty end off here. Now fat floats. Now what I've done, I've cut 4 bits off. And I'm going to tie them to my lines, and this can be the spare. Now fat floats, so I'll have to cut around the fat and not use the fat. In the event that these are a bit too fatty and they float, well I can tie a sinker to the line. But let's try it without a sinker first and see how that goes. It's better to do it without a sinker if you can get away with not using a sinker. Right, there's line number 1. Is the meat going to sink or float? Oh, it sinks really well. Right, now I'll throw that out there. Now there's 2 ways to go about this. You can monitor the lines, you can watch them and wait for them to pull tight so that you know you've got a bite. Or you can just go and check them periodically every 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. Now, line number 2. Line number 3. Right, now line number 4 looks a bit fattier. But no, it's not too fatty, it's sinking. I'll throw that out there. All 4 lines are in. Now all 4 lines and my open top lift net are in. It's time to just wait a while. I'll go for a walk and I'll check these lines and see if they've pulled tight. If not, I'll just wait. Now the plan here, when I get a bite, or when the line pulls tight, I pull it in really, really slowly, and as soon as I see the meat, and sometimes you'll see whiskers or claws before you see the meat, as soon as I see something come out from under the water, I scoop under it, and I get it in this net. Now I find these cheap little butterfly nets, these are like $5 at the reject shop. These are great for this, but if you haven't got one of these, that's okay. You can use you can always use a strainer from the kitchen. You can use a good strainer, but if you're going to grab the strainer from the kitchen, the vegetable strainer, just make sure that you grab your mum's favourite one. Right, we've been here for an hour and a half. This is the 3rd check of this net. I've checked the lines a few times. No sign of any yabbies. So I've pulled the lines in. Now I'm going to pull this net in and we're going to go and try a different dam. This yabbying video is off to a slow start, and yep, once again, no yabbies. I won't be in a hurry to come back to this dam. But just bear in mind, this time next year, this dam could be teeming with yabbies. They just come and go at will. All it takes is for 2 to be left in the dam, and they will repopulate the dam pretty quickly. So it's stuffed for now, but it'll be worth trying again down the track. And just like that, I am at a different dam. I have caught stacks of yabbies in this dam in the past. It has deteriorated a bit in the last few years because it's had a lot of people yabbying here, but there should still be a few here, I reckon. And quite often, less yabbies can mean bigger yabbies. First things first, put the collapsible bait trap in. Number 4. Right, it's taken me about 5 minutes to set up, but I've got 4 lines in, and right in the middle of all the lines is my collapsible bait trap. Hopefully this dam provides a little bit better than the other dam. Right, now these strings, look, this is something on this. These strings have only been in 5 minutes and this has already got a yabby on it. It's pulled it really tight. I don't know how I'm going to go scooping it in this clear water. I'm really wishing I bought my gumboots. Either he's let go or he's very small, one or the other. I think he's let go. He's still on there, he's just very small. I'd say he's gone now though. I'd be surprised. Oh, no, he might be still there. He's still swimming around with the meat. I can't get out there. Ah! I'm going to have to get out there now. There goes the yabby. There goes the yabby and there goes the net. Oh, you idiot. That wasn't supposed to happen, Robert. I think it's going to be shoes and socks off time shortly. I think I'm going to need to do this with bare feet. Right, it wasn't 2 minutes ago I lost a yabby on this line. Now it's got another one on it. It's pulling tight. And look, shoes and socks are off. I'm going in. Gee, it's heavy. There might be a couple of yabbies on here that I'm lucky. Either it's a couple on it or there's a big one. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. It's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy. And I got him. It's a nice one. Off to a good start. If I can get a dozen or so nice eating size yabs like this one, I'll be happy. Not a monster in some dams, but he's a good yabby for this dam. I'm on the board. The first dam was a bit dodgy, but the second one's proving within the first few minutes to be much better. Right, this line down here's just started pulling tight again. They're on like Donkey Kong in this dam. Oh, it's just gone slack again. There it goes. No, he's still there. Sometimes I go slack tight, depending which way the yabby's moving with the meat. This is heavy. Please be another good one. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Unless it's two. There'll be two good ones. I've got two. I've got three. Three on the one line. Now there's the master at work. Look at that. Three on the one hand line. They're not big. I'll put them in the bucket. Then at the end I'll just throw back in the dam what I don't want. Always check them for eggs. If they've got eggs, they go back straight away. Three on the one hand line. Look, and it's already got another bite. Just they're biting up this end of the dam. The moment I put the, look, there it goes. Look at it pulling tight. It's pulling tight. And there's something already on here. I just took three off this line. I just took the three off this line not 2 minutes ago. Wouldn't have been that, 20 seconds ago, more like it. And there's another one. Four off the one line. Right, let's see if we can keep count. That's five. Oh, there's something on here. I don't think it's very big though. Oh, it's kicking, it's swimming. When they kick around and swim like that, it's best to let them. If you just keep pulling against their kicking, they'll often just let go. Here he comes. Got him. The old meat and string technique, working a treat. This is pulling as tight. It's as tight as a duck's bum. It's very heavy. Oh, have I got a big one? Have I got a big one or have I got two or three? There's a bit of weight here. Oh, it's too slow. Oh, no, I still got him. I managed to get him. He's the biggest one today. The first dam was a bit of a fizzer, but this second dam, it's going well. I think I've already lost count. I knew that had happened. I think I've got probably 8 or 9 or 7 or something in there. Probably only 2 of them are big enough to eat though. Let's check the collapsible bait trap. Probably been in 20 minutes or so, I suppose. Oh look, it's got 3. I just done it on one hand line. 1. 2. He doesn't want to get out, so I'll just let him fall into the bucket. You like it in there, mate? If you don't let go, I'll throw you back in the dam, complete with the net. 3. Isn't it amazing how one dam can be really slow and the next one can be just a bit of a jackpot? Now this line's very tight. Now I don't know what my GoPro isn't picking up, so if I'm not getting all the action on camera, I apologise. Obviously I'm trying to, I'm hoping I can. Come on, come to Papa. Oh, he's gone for a swim. He's still there, he's still there, he's still there. Let him swim, let him swim, let him swim. Catch him in the net. Just like that. I've just gone and put a heap of grass in here with the water just to prevent a little bit of crustaceanal carnage. Now something's pulling this nice and tight. When I was a kid, this is how I caught most of my yabbies. These days when I'm older, I use drop nets and open top lift nets because it's easier. But this is the best fun. Got him. When I scoop, you'll notice I scoop behind the meat as well as the actual meat. Because quite often when they let go, they swim backwards. So by swimming behind, it allows me to capture them if they've tried to abscond. It's nice and tight. Now this is the line that I've got the biggest fun on. Doesn't feel super heavy, but it feels quite heavy. Oh yeah! Oh, did you see that? He tried to jump off and I caught him mid-air. Two good ones. A pair, the daily double. One went straight in the net and the other one tried to jump and I caught it mid-air. There's the master at work. The yabby master. There's a bite. I've got a bite. I'm getting a nibble. Getting a nibble on the meat and string. Can I get the daily double? It feels heavy enough to be more than one. I only got one, but I reckon there might have been two on there. I reckon I felt one hit the net as I scooped. That might have been fleeing the scene. But I got one. There it goes.
What about this other line? That's not pulling tight, but I'll check it anyway. I just pulled tight right now. As soon as I said that, it pulled really tight.
Now, if you are planning on doing this sort of yabbying, and I recommend you do because it's so much fun, it's important that you don't use a hook. I think it's actually illegal to have a hook on your line when you do this. When I was a kid, I used to use a hook. Got it. I used to use a hook, but what happens, a lot of these small dams have got turtles in them and possibly even water rats, and if you use a hook, you hook them in the mouth and it gets ugly. So even though it might be easier to tie a hook on at home and be prepared, it's you know, I think it might be illegal, but you want to check up on that. But either way, you're better off to not use a hook, just in case a turtle grabs the meat. There's something on here, I think. Just a little, maybe it's a little one that I missed before. Coming up. Got him. No real big ones. They're almost all meat. A couple of them are okay-ishly big, but most of them are sort of medium size. Too big for bait, too small to cook. Oh yes, there's some weight on here. I reckon I've got the daily double. I thought I've got a nice one. I've got two. It might just be a nicer size one. I'm going to get him though. Here's not a bad one. Probably not as heavy as he feels because then I nearly lost him. Probably not as heavy as he feels because I had a heap of dirt and gravel and stuff in the bottom of the net. And this one's crazy slack. Lots of slack and lots of weight. Alright, something's grabbed that and moved in towards the bank. That's why there was so much slack. Got him. He's not real big, but I got him. None of them feel big. I don't think there's much size in this dam at the moment. Yeah, another medium-sized yabby. Well, I found heaps of yabbies. I found good numbers, but I haven't sort of found record-breaking size. Time to check the open top lift net. Had 3 in it last time. What about this time? Oh, I finally got a big one at last. I finally got a big one. That's what I was hoping to catch. If I could catch, if I could get a dozen of them, I'd be as happy as 10 big yabbies going into a pot of water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, I reckon that might be the second. I reckon the next time I check it, I'll give it about 25 minutes, half an hour, then I'll check it again, then I'll pack up. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm catching yabbies left, right and centre. I've got a bite on that line now, but there's just not a lot of size. Certainly isn't the most relaxing way to catch yabbies. You don't get much time to sit down and rest. Perfect for those of us with ADHD. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Got him. He landed in the butterfly net. Into the bucket. What's this one down here doing? It's very, very slack. I wouldn't mind betting all the meat's gone because it was almost gone before. And now the line's all floating. Yep, I've been de-meated, but I'm not going to worry about putting fresh bait on because I'm going to be packing up soon anyway. We've got a bit of tightening of the string going on here. Not very big. Oh, I got him. I thought he got off then. He started swimming at the last minute. I was about to say, oh, he's got off. But I got him. I got you, babe. I got you, yab. Now this one is very, very slack. Or the one's moved towards me, or have been debaited again. No, there's a yabby on here. There is, I don't think it's very big. Oh, there's a bit of weight. Feels like it's wrapped around something. It's coming up now. It's a pretty heavy bit of meat on this one, actually. It's a bit misleading. There's definitely something on here. Big one. Got him. He came up tail first. I don't know how that happens.
Definitely something on here. Big one. Got him.
Mate, you've been caught. It's time to give up. It's time to surrender. Have a look at it, would you? What's going on? What have you done? Got yourself in a hell of a mess. Here we go. All right, let go, let go. Let go. Dangle you over the water. Let go. Gone. Gone into the bucket. Whoa, very, very tight. Oh, swimming, swimming. I think there might still be one on here, but I can one let go as well. Still one here. Got him! Yes! You can get it scooping a yabby or checking a net. You can get it staying dry or getting your feet wet. You can get it any old how. Matter of fact, I've got it now. Folks, I'm going to check these remaining 3 lines and my open top lift net, and then it's time to go. I've had a fantastic time here, but something about sitting in this beautiful sun with a nice breeze, I just feel like going home and having a cold beer. I might go and buy a couple of Miller's Chill stubbies. Right, now this line is nice and tight. Now these lines are staying out now, and I'll always take the line home with me and put it in the bin, because we don't want the local wildlife to get tangled up in it. Oh, look at the big one. Probably the second biggest one I've got today. I don't know why I threw the line back in. I'm going home. I'll tally all these up before I go so that we can see what we've got. I'll come back for that. Now I'm going to leave this as one uncut scene. This final check. Doesn't feel like there's anything on here. I'll scoop it just in case there's a little... No, I don't think I will. There's nothing on here. No. You're no good. I'll come back for these lines. I'll leave them there. And I'll come back and check them and pull them out when after I pull the net out. This one's very tight. There's one on here. Feels very heavy. Wouldn't it be good to get 4 in one go on the last line, or a monster? There's certainly weight here. I don't think it's record-breaking weight, but there might be a nice one on here if I'm lucky. No, nah. Must just have heavy bones. Just another mediocre, medium-sized yabberine. Right, let's check the net with the redfin heads and guts in it. There's nothing in it. What a letdown, not one. I wonder if it was sitting up off the bottom on a snag. Considering it done so well last time, it didn't do too good now. Alright, I'm going to pack everything up. Then the last thing I'll do is I'll just have a bit of a look at what I've caught. Then I'll head off. Right, it's time to tally up what I've caught. Now I'm going to throw these back. I would have liked a feed. I was hoping to get a feed of yabbies today. A dozen or so big ones would have been good. I only got one big one, like the big ones that I had in mind, and a couple that were okay. But most of the yabbies have been that sort of medium size that are a bit too big for bait and a bit too small to eat. So let's have a look and see what I've got. I'll take all this grass out of here first. That's just to help them, they can climb up and get air, and also stops them from attacking each other. There's quite a lot of yabbies in there, isn't there? Right, let's tip them out. Look at them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'll give up. There's about 25. There was around about, I don't know, 20, somewhere I reckon between 23 and 28, in that mid-20s. They were getting back into the water quicker than I could count them. Folks, I started the video, I filmed the introduction at one dam, then the dam was crap, and then I filmed the action at a different dam. But I've had a lot of fun, and that's what happens when you go fishing or yabbying. Some spots are better than others. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you've got a few pointers on how to catch yabbies with meat and string. If you have, why not give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.